Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right. It appears that Manny Pacquiao is back to once again bringing up Terrence Crawford's name as if he's interested in making the fight, and we clearly know Manny Pacquiao is not interested in fighting Terrence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao could have fought Terrence Crawford 2 years ago, and he's been reluctant to take that fight. Okay, now that Manny Pacquiao has been demoted, stripped of his super champion status, to me, Manny Pacquiao can move on. But I'm not trying to hear that he's now interested in a fight with Terrence Crawford. I know Manny Pacquiao fans believe that he can beat Terrence Crawford, but if that's the case, he would have signed the contract. I'm I'm kind of tired of talking about this stuff because, like I said, a lot of these boxers is just getting on my damn nerve. All of these boxers of all walks of life, all colors, they all getting on my nerve. I do respect somebody that get in the ring and fight, but at the same time, you chose this career path. You know the dangers in fighting. You know the dangers that come with it. But at the same time, you sitting up here saying you want to be the best you could be, you want to be a legend and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, you don't want to fight the best guys that's out there. You don't want to fight the best possible fight. Nobody wants to take risk anymore. Nobody. It's nerve wracking and it's getting on my nerves and a lot of other people's nerves because a lot of people see right through this bullshit. And I told you, I'm not protecting no fighter. I don't give a damn what color they is. If they on some bullshit, they on some bullshit. Okay. Manny Pacquiao been on some bullshit. He refuses to fight Errol Spence. He refuses to fight Terrence Crawford. But now he acting like he really want that fight. Keep in mind, you ain't heard Manny Pacquiao verify that there was an actual deal in place to make this fight. He's had years to make this fight. And keep in mind, Manny Pacquiao is 42 years old. He has not fought since July of 2019. He's been out of the ring for over a year and a half. Okay. So he just basically throwing his name out there. This is basically what you would call clout chasing because that's exactly what Manny Pacquiao is doing. Do not be fooled by this. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know me. I don't pull no punches. I'll call this shit right down the middle. Manny Pacquiao ain't trying to fight Bud Crawford. This is cap. This is bullshitting at its finest. He just doing that, he just doing that for the sake of his fans, getting them revved up to think that he actually gon' go through with this fight. The longer Manny takes to sign the contract, the worse this looks on him, and then you never know, he could get old overnight. At the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao, he have a chance to win that fight. I mean, he got enough power to where he could land something that could possibly put Terrence Crawford's lights out. But at the same time, Terrence Crawford could put Manny Pacquiao lights out. I think their style is a very fan-friendly fight for everybody. If you ask me, Terrence Crawford have more to lose than Manny Pacquiao. If you go in there and you lose to Terrence Crawford, you was expected to lose. But Terrence Crawford wants this fight. Once again, if Manny Pacquiao beats Terrence Crawford, then once again, he takes a further step into boxing history. For real. But he don't want to do it because he worried about getting beat up. And I understand Manny Pacquiao don't want to go out like Oscar De La Hoya or Sugar Ray Leonard or Muhammad Ali. I understand that. I know you want to go out on a high note like Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis ended his last fight with a stoppage. But Terrence Crawford is a very risky fight for Manny Pacquiao. But like I said, Terrence Crawford has more to lose than Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao beats Terrence Crawford, like I said, now you really can start making an argument on whether Manny Pacquiao is actually better than Floyd. A legitimate argument. Because Manny Pacquiao would have beat arguably the best fighter on the planet. And then Manny Pacquiao, if he defeats Terrence Crawford, you know, he instantly becomes the number one fighter on the planet. And if he decides to retire, then we all know that the non-blacks will eat this up and say, "Oh, well, he was better than Floyd. At least he fought." I mean, whatever. So, like I said, Terrence has a lot to lose too. Do he want to go out like Keith Thurman, losing to a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao? It's even worse on Terrence Crawford. It's more pressure on Terrence Crawford to beat Manny Pacquiao than it is on Manny Pacquiao to beat Terrence Crawford. Because more than likely, Terrence Crawford is going to be the favorite in that fight. So Manny is not expected to win. So, but Manny ain't going to take that fight. Like I said, on the real, I'm not even finna entertain this no more. Wake me up when it's an actual press conference, when I see them on opposite sides of each other. Then I'll believe it. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.